All right, good day, everyone. You're welcome to class again. This is a case study online class that is being taken by your friend Deji. This is the second class that we'll be having on this pack review for case study for this diet. This is the second class. In the first class, for as many that had gone through our videos, we were able to talk about why did ICANN body set up case study. What was the objective? And furthermore, we were able to let us know the uniqueness of an accountant as compared with other professions. But for today, we'll be moving forward to letting students know the things that you have to know and be versed in and be careful of for you to be successful in ICANN case study examination. So that is what we want to be looking at today. And as you will see on your screen now, it says to be successful. I'm taking this from page 3 of the ICANN case study pack. Okay, so going on, it said to be successful in the case study examination, you will need to bring to bear the following skills. That is, these are skills that you must try to possess. Now, ICANN is not the case study. Is not one would say is not hard, but you just need to possess some skills for you to fly higher in the ICANN case study. So the following are the skills that every potential a case study student must possess to be successful. Number 1 is identification of business, technical and ethical issues. Now, the materials that will be given to you, you must possess the skill to be able to identify the business, to identify the technical issues that are embedded in the material, and your ability to also identify the ethical issues. Now, for some of us that have been following us, we've been going on with a number of videos, classes, sections, both online and offline and all that. And in one of those classes, we took a topic that is called ethical issues and ethical dilemmas. You understand it? So you may just do well by going through that video. It will open your eyes to a number of things you need to know about ethical issues and ethical dilemmas when it comes to being successful in ICANN and also to be successful in our places of work. All right, going on, let's go to number 2. The next one says application of technical knowledge to identified issues. To identified issues in the case scenario. Your ability to apply technical knowledge. Now, technical knowledge means that your ability to bring to bear what you know, what you've been grilled, what you've been taught about, what you've been trained on as regards business, technical issues, accounting, etc. Your ability to bring them, to apply them, is what this part is saying. Your ability to apply technical knowledge to the issues that have been identified. Now, remember, case study exams usually come in what? Exhibits. And each of the exhibits has its own uniqueness, has its own features, with which several business scenarios must have been coined together to make students apply their knowledge, to make students, to give students room for them to unravel what has been said earlier on, to unravel what the mysteries around the issues that will be raised in the exam hall, in those exam scenarios. So your ability to apply this technical knowledge is very important to the identified issues in the case scenarios. Of course, case scenarios will be given to you. You understand it, and it is these case scenarios that you will have to bring to bear your knowledge and apply it. I must let us know at this point that is very critical. Application of knowledge is very, very critical. Is what ICANN is expecting you to do for you to pass this case study exam. The third one is understanding of the business situation. Understanding of the business situation, said that is where it is located in its life cycle. In bracket, it says startup, transition, maturity, decline, and the generic issues it will be facing at that stage of development. This is straightforward. Understand the business situation, the life cycle of the business that is being given, or of the business that is being given to you to examine or to report on. If you understand it, it will give you more ability to examine it critically and know where their weaknesses are, where their strengths are, and it will now make you to suggest how to neutralize their weaknesses with their strengths. And it will also give you a good background as to probably why they are facing the challenge they are facing now, or why they are having the kind of success they are having now. You see, these are very important. So it is important for all students to understand the business situation, which is the life cycle, where they started, where they are now, their maturity stage, they are declining, and it will help you also to do some form of forecasting. All right. All right, so the next one is understanding of business scenario and wider issues. You understand the business scenarios. Now, this one is a little different from the one we just read. Understanding the business scenario in this case and the wider issues in this case means that a business does not exist on its own alone. You know, a business is not existing on isolation. The business is existing in the midst of several other factors. It is existing in the midst of several other entities, and there must be a mutual relationship between one party and the other, that is between the business and its environment. The business, now when we say the environment of business, it can be a remote environment and it can be a distant environment. That's on one hand. On the other hand, the wider issue could be, what is the global view of the issue that this business is facing now? What is the global view? Or what is the government perspective concerning the scenario that you are examining or you are reporting on? See, all these, all students must understand it. Students must understand it to be able to be successful in the exam, in the case study exam. All right, let's move on. The next one says selection of appropriate tools for analysis. Now, this is very key. Now, this also can be related to the technical knowledge, the ability to apply technical knowledge, because you will need to know the right tools before you can apply it. You will need to know the right tool before you can apply it. Now, if you are given, for example, if you are given a statement of financial position, and you are being asked to analyze the performance, you must be able to know which figure and which figure you have to relate together for you to appraise whether they are doing well or not. Then you must be able to know the right tool. Now, when we say tools, now we are talking about the right formula that you need to use. Then we are talking about the right what's it called now? When you talk of ratio analysis, analytical items, analytical tools that you will need to use. For example, you may want to use your ratio analysis to analyze the performance of the entity. You may want to use the trend analysis to analyze the shift, the progressive shift in the performance of the entity. You may want to use the common size analysis in checking the proportion of an item over the revenue for the income statement, or the proportion of the item over the total asset in the SFP. Now, these are all tools that are readily made available for students to use. You must be able to know the one to use per time. Your ability to know the one to use per time based on the question that is being asked is what is being said here that you must be able to possess. All right, so the one we just finished now is selection of appropriate tools for analysis. The next one we will be looking at is the use of relevant data, identification of interrelationships, and generating new ideas and information. The use of the relevant data. Now, the case scenario that will be given to you will be given to you in piecemeal, and like I said, the piecemeal information is in the form of exhibits in your exams. So now the related data the relevant data is being able to bring out what is required, what you need in exhibit 1, and couple it with what is needed in exhibit 6, and bring it to justify the reason why they are not doing well, probably in exhibit 4. These are ability to bring out relevant data. Your use of relevant data, identification of interrelationship. Do you understand it now? The interrelationship between the scenarios that will be given to you, between the case materials that will be given to you, and your ability to now being able to generate new ideas is very, very important. Now, like some of us that are used to my video, I used to say it, that ICANN is training you. Whatever will make you to sit for this exam means you want to grow up to become a consultant, either a tax consultant, financial consultant, either HR consultant, either petroleum tax consultant, either agricultural, financial resource consultant, whatever nature of economic or financial consultant that you want to be. That is what ICANN is training you to become. So now, being a consultant, you must be able to have bigger knowledge, so to say, a wider scope of knowledge than your clients, and that is what they respect you for. That is what they are paying you for. So your ability to generate new ideas is very, very necessary. And let me pause here and let me dwell a little more here, shed more light. Your ability to generate new ideas does not just come in one day. It is something you must do with your minds open. You must open your mind. When you open your mind, you must make sure that you are well abreast of the recent development in the industry with which you are consulting, in the industry with which you are reporting. You must be vast about on information in that industry. You must be vast. That is, you must at least try and be a step ahead. That's a way to generate new ideas. I hope this is flowing. I hope we are following. Okay, the next one we want to talk about is the development of relevant and appropriate analysis using the financial and non-financial data provided. You must be able to, while you are doing all this, the bottom line is you are writing a report, and your report must be able to develop relevant and appropriate analysis. For example, if the sales, if you use trend analysis, for instance, and you are comparing the sales of 2021 with 2022, and you are now comparing that movement with the one of 2023. Now, this is what will happen. You must be able to develop a relevant and appropriate analysis by telling them that, okay, the sales of entity so PLC grew sporadically by, let's say for instance 10%, and this could be traced to, do you see the way I'm carving it now? And this could be traced to the efficiency that was shown by the management. The efficiency that was shown by the management in the area of reduction of cost and maximization of profit. You can see the way it's flowing. That is developing relevant and appropriate analysis using the financial and non-financial data provided. Now the statement I just made now, or the formation, an abridged report I just gave now, you will see financial data, and in it you will, like I said, when I said 10% increase in revenue was due to the efficiency. Now, efficiency is non-financial, but the 10% is financial. So your ability to match the two together is very critical. Okay, we will be talking about this in other videos. We'll be talking more about it in other videos. Now, the next one we'll be talking about is application of professional skepticism. And demonstration of ethical awareness and understanding. Application of professional skepticism. That is, when you say professional skepticism, it means that you must be able to, when there are situations that raise questions, when you are reading these scenarios, when you are reading your exhibit, and you saw some situations that is kind of questionable, you understand it. That is skepticism. That is professional skepticism. When what they did is kind of questionable, you are expected to highlight it, identify it, point it out as your own relevant and as your own professional. You apply professional skepticism in those situations, and demonstration of ethical awareness and understanding. That is, you must demonstrate, you must let ICANN or the examiner know that you are aware of the ethical lineages, and that you understand what ethics means, and you understand what ethical dilemmas means. That when you see them in exam materials, you should be able to identify them. Now, the truth is this: both professional skepticism items ethical items, ethical dilemma items, this will be embedded in your case material, whether you like it or not. Now, and they are not embedded there for fun. They are embedded there for you to be able to identify them. It will tell the examiner that you know what you are doing. All right. I think that solves that. Maybe we should go on to the next one. Now, evaluation of outcome of analysis and provision of clear judgment. Evaluation of outcome of analysis and provision of clear judgment based on your work. Now, you have to check the outcome. For example, when you have used the right tool to analyze, you have used the right tool to analyze the financial and the non-financial, because it's not just the financial that you're analyzing. You have to analyze the non-financial and relate them together. When you do that, you must be able to evaluate the outcome. What is the outcome of this? You must examine the outcome of your analysis and provide clear judgment. Provide clear judgment. That is, if the company had been making, for example, that is a systemic and progressive reduction in the sales. In year one, sales from year 1 to year 2, let's say sales dropped with about 5%, and in year 3 sales dropped with about 10%. Year 4 sales dropped about with 15%. Now, you are supposed to advise professionally. Okay, you're supposed to analyze the outcome and advise professionally based on what you have seen. You are supposed to advise professionally based on what you have. A clear judgment must be given. A clear judgment that you would advise that the management or the board or this look at the financials, the financials and the non-financials, depending on where you're able to get the issues from. You must be able to give a clear judgment. You must be able to give a clear judgment. Now, the next one is your ability to make recommendations based on analysis. Your ability to make recommendation, you must be able to recommend and say, okay, by our analysis, we are proposing that the two projects, that out of the 2 projects that is being proposed by the company, this particular one will give you your profit, the capital employed within the next 2 years, while the other one will give you your capital employed within 4 years. But by the time, if you compare the two together, this in the long run will give you more profit than this. Do you understand it? Okay, these are some of the things you must be able to recommend. You must be able to recommend. Tell us what your recommendations are. And that, remember, like I used to say to students, that the analysis you want to write, you are writing, and your recommendation is like a life-saving jacket for organizations. You have to make it very quality, numerous. You have to make it to be professional. You understand it? All right. So the last but not the least here is that you must be able to produce a well-structured, tactical, and objective report. Now, this I will give you a guide. We're still going to do a video on what is called answer plan. Your answer plan will help you to make your work to be sequential. It will make your work to flow in order. It will make whoever is the user of the report to be able to interpret it well and relate with it appropriately. So, and that will mark the end of this episode of review of ICANN case study material or case study pack for today. My name is Deji one more time, and I appreciate your time, appreciate your patience. Please subscribe to our channel if you have not done that. Like and share so that we can have bigger coverage on social media. And also, if you have any question, concern, please just chat us up through the text, the text boxes below. We will respond to them appropriately. I assure you, we will respond to them. And if you need more classes, please let us know. If you need clarification on some other courses, let us know so that we'll know how to attend to them on time. I appreciate you one more time, and I will see you in my next class. Thank you.